You need a marketing plan that's going to bring you clients month after month on a consistent, reliable basis. And that's exactly what we're going to be covering in this video. Hi, my name is Keaton, the founder of Zampi, a marketing suite that helps law firms grow and scale. And we see it all the time. Law firms come to us and they're like, I do not know how to get clients. I've tried everything and I don't know what's going wrong. Well, the biggest reason why law firms fail at marketing is because they're trying to do things that come second nature instead of first nature, right? They're having to learn new tactics, new strategies on top of managing their firm and managing their client cases. And it is just way too much. If you want a life and you want to enjoy it, then don't add new things. Just reshift what you're currently doing for your law firm to grow. And I'm gonna explain exactly what I mean by that. So before we look at your marketing campaigns, we have to look at your target audience. Your target audience is the perfect person to become a client for your law firm, right? They're already on a journey, right? They're trying to solve a problem before they pick up the phone and call you, before they fill out an online form, before they reach out in any way, they're already trying to solve their problem. Now, if you're a DUI lawyer, your customer journey is going to be very different than if you're in estate planning. For example, your client might have just got out of jail and is trying to not go back to jail and keep their license. Now, if you're in estate planning, your client wants to make sure that all of their assets goes down to their children or their partner in case they pass away. Completely different mindset, completely different messaging. So the very first thing that you guys need to ask yourself is, how do your clients find you? Are they on Google searching, or do they go to an agency, a third-party partner, and then they send them over? What is that customer journey? We want to find that and then amplify it so it's not creating any more work for you or your team. Now, chances are they go to Google and they found you online, or they referred to you from another law firm partner, right? That's typically how law firms get more clients. So that's what we want to focus on, is Google. Now, if you look at Google, there are 4 different types of searches that will show up on Google. The first is something called Google Guaranteed. Then we have Google Ads. Then we have local SEO. And then finally, we have regular SEO. And every now and again, there's going to be video search results, which would make that bonus number 5. So Google Guaranteed, what is it? How can it help you guys? Google Guaranteed is an ad service by Google, but it typically gets you clients for a lot cheaper than Google Ads. It's Google's way of ensuring that your service is going to solve their customer's problem, right? Anybody that goes to Google and searches something is a customer of Google, and Google needs to make sure that that person is taken care of, because if they're not, they're gonna go over to Bing, Yahoo, or DuckDuckGo, right? We need to make sure that you are going to take care of them, and you have to get verified, you have to do background checks, a whole bunch of things to hop on Google Guaranteed, and it is ad spend. But the cool thing is, you do not need to be a media buyer expert to get listed. You basically just hook up your Google My Business, the thing with all the reviews, right? And it just runs automatically, right? There's very little you can do to tweak it to make sure that people click on your ad instead of a competitor, right? So that's number 1. Let's get on Google Guaranteed, because it's going to give you cheap leads quickly. The next thing is local SEO. Now, if you guys don't have a big budget, you can't afford $2,000, $3,000 a month in ad spend, then local SEO is what you want to focus on. And local SEO is when anybody on Google searches for something with local intent. And 46% of all searches have local intent. So we want to take advantage of that and capture that. Anytime someone searches DUI lawyer near me, or estate planning lawyer near me, attorney near me, business lawyer near me, whatever it is, that is local intent. Now, local SEO is super important because it's going to give you the biggest advantage of showing up on Google with the least amount of effort. Now, to show up on Google, local SEO, there are a couple of metrics that carry more weight than others, and that's all you guys have to focus on, because you have to take care of your clients. So the very first one is the amount of reviews you have and the quality of reviews. Now, we're not going to cover that in this video, but if you go down to the description, we have a free course that'll teach you how to blow up your reviews. In fact, one business got over 300 reviews in just one summer by following that course. So we highly recommend that you click in that description and go take that free course. The second thing is how close your office is with the person searching. Google realized that if you're outside a 5-mile radius, the chances of them visiting you drop dramatically. So to have people get their desires met, to get their needs met, Google will show people within a 5 mile radius a lot more than if you're outside of that 5 mile radius. The next thing is how strong your website is, how credible your website is, and that's basically regular SEO, so we're gonna touch on that in a minute. Now lastly, number 4 is how often you're updating your Google My Business profile. Now this might be just updating your hours for Christmas, for Easter, whatever it is, or it might be hopping on there and posting updates. Every time you write a new blog article, every time you win a case, you hop on there and you post an update, and that will show Google that you're active on there and it's safe to send you customers because they know you're going to take care of them. Okay, so that's local SEO. Then what we have is regular SEO. Now, regular SEO can take a long time to show up for because you're typically competing with businesses all over the United States, all over the globe, whatever it is, instead of just that local area. So the competition's turned up. And so what we recommend, instead of going full force on an SEO campaign, is we make sure that we're doing the little things right today so that 6 months down the road, we start seeing benefits from it, and it did not take a bunch of time or budget for that to happen. It just happened naturally. So the biggest thing you're gonna wanna do for regular SEO is hop on and find all of the directories, local business directories. We're talking Yelp, we're talking Home Advisor, stuff like that. Hop on there and put your listing on there. They're gonna have a place for a backlink, a link to your website. That's going to send a very strong trust signal to Google that all these other websites are linking to yours, and that's going to boost up that SEO. Now there's a lot more into it. There's a lot more to it than just that. In fact, there are over 400 ranking factors that'll help you show up, but backlinks are number 1, and that's all you guys need to know right now until you're ready to dive headfirst into SEO. Now finally, we get to ads. Now ads are on the top and bottom of a search engine result page, or SERP. Ads can be expensive, but they're the fastest way to get a new client. For example, if you're a DUI lawyer, if you were to type in that phrase right there and you were to click on one of the ads that show up, law firms are paying anywhere from $12 to $120 every click. That's not every customer, that's every click. So if a customer clicks on that and goes to the website and doesn't call, they still paid Google, but they did not get a customer. So that's why if you're gonna run ads, you gotta make sure that your landing page experience is top notch so you can get a 30, 40, 50% conversion rate, and you can get your customers for a lot cheaper, right? So also, Google Ads can be a little complicated. So if you're really set on that and you have the budget for it, we recommend hiring a marketing agency, because you're either going to pay that marketing agency and have a higher chance of getting clients, or you're gonna pay Google to learn the process yourself, and that's gonna take time and money, and you have a less guarantee that you're going to get more clients, right? Now, the other thing with Google Ads is you can do YouTube ads. Google owns YouTube. So actually in YouTube, you can run an ad based off of what people have searched on Google, and you take that $120 a click price point and you can lower it all the way down to $2 or $3, sometimes even 60 cents, depending on how good your ad is. And that's where it gets a little bit more complicated, and you need a whole tutorial on that, and that's why I recommend hopping with a marketing agency, because they're gonna be able to pull out a lot more of these ideas to get that cost per click, to get traffic on your site for a lot cheaper than what the traditional methods are. So that is the base of how you guys can start getting clients right away. Where do you start? Local SEO. Go get reviews from all your current clients. Get every attorney, every paralegal to leave you a review, 5-star, so you can actually start showing up on Google. Every time you write a blog post, hop on there and make a post. We had a law firm that didn't even have a Google My Business profile when they started. A month later, they received 10 phone calls just from posting once a week, right? It matters big. That is a marketing plan all in itself. Now, obviously, if your customers are not searching on Google, that's gonna create a problem. And this video is already way too long. So down there in the description, or here, I'm gonna link to another video of how you can pull in clients with little effort if your clients are not searching on Google, or if you just want to be very aggressive and hop on more channels to get more clients. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you got any value out of it, hit that thumbs up so that I can keep creating content for you. And if you really want to grow your law firm, click that subscribe button so that you're notified every single time that we drop a video on how you can get more clients. Again, this is Keaton with Zampi, and I'll see you guys around.